and welcome to Eagle News International Australia Oceania. I'm Patricia Madronio from Gold Coast, bringing you stories from Australia, New Zealand, and Papua New Guinea. For the headlines, Aussies gear up for Australia Day celebrations amidst pandemic. Students in Australia set for a fun and COVID-safe learning this 2021. Papua New Guinea students resume classes for current school year. Stage 1 construction of Parramatta Light Rail in Sydney now underway. Popular culture of bubble tea and Asian cuisine thrive in Gold Coast. And Townsville features a night under the sea at Queen's Gardens. We begin with a g'day viewers and invite you all to throw a prawn on the barbie because today, 26th of January, is Australia Day, the country's official national day. However, activities for Australia Day will look different this year with restrictions still in place across the country. Let's find out how Aussies in Sydney will be celebrating Australia Day from Eagle News correspondent Justine Vicente. Justine?
Known as Australia Day, January 26 is a national public holiday for all Australians. It is a day of significance, marking the anniversary of the first fleet's arrival in Port Jackson, New South Wales in 1788. Let's see what the country has to offer as we celebrate Australia Day amidst COVID-19 regulations. Although the pandemic is far from over and Australia Day celebrations may be different this year, Australians are looking yet again for ways to celebrate this special day with family and friends, observing social distancing and, of course, a COVID-safe plan intact. Whether you choose to protest, commemorate, or celebrate, restrictions are still in place for this national holiday in a bid to keep the community safe from local transmissions. Though there have been many event cancellations nationwide, an extensive range of events are still a go-ahead, taking place all over the country to keep the Aussie spirit alive. Events such as festivals and concerts, beach parties, fine dining experiences, events for a cause, and many more. And if big crowds aren't for you, but you still want to head out with family and friends, you can always bring them to a park or beach and hold COVID-safe activities at any of the readily available public parks or beaches. Just find a free space and don't forget to keep your distance. It is without a doubt that this year Australia Day will definitely be different, and to some may be celebrating without their loved ones due to the current border closures. But as long as the community continues to abide with the current restrictions, this can more than truly be our first and last Australia Day in these circumstances. Reporting from Sydney, Australia, this is Justine Vicente, Eagle News. We live in interesting times.
Thank you, Justine. We're glad to see communities still come together to celebrate our National Day. Still in Sydney, it's almost back to school for all students in Australia with the first day of Term 1 fast approaching. The incoming school year also signifies new encounters for teachers and students learning in the COVID-19 era. Our Sydney correspondent, Mark J. Sebastian, will give us more insights. Go ahead, MJ.
As back-to-school season begins and the summer holidays draw to an end, it can be difficult for students to get back into the rhythm of a regular school life schedule. There are many strategies to help both kids and parents to assist with the back-to-school transition in a COVID-safe environment.
The Australian Department of Education recognizes the importance of education and is committed to support the learning of students throughout the nationwide response concerning COVID-19. Parents and families also play an important role to support their loved ones with transitioning to a school in the midst of these unprecedented and uncertain times. Parents are recognized as the backbone to their children's learning, whether for academic purposes or fundamental life skills.
So first, I make sure that I finish my housework duties, for example, the general house cleaning, and also remind my children that they need to get back to their normal sleep hour. So no more watching TV until late at night. And then lastly is to prepare food that is enough for them for, say, for example, for 2 weeks. and other groceries needed. I pay the bills first, and then I make a list of things that are only necessary for us to buy, avoid overspending, and ensure that we have enough available personal protection equipment like those masks, sanitizer, and hand liquid soap.
With back to school fast approaching, parents are preparing not only their children but also other important aspects in life, such as balancing their work life while also managing their family's daily living and needs. In this modern time, personal protective equipment has heightened in importance for children returning back to school with the aim to assist in minimizing the spread of infectious diseases such as COVID-19 around the community. As we delve into the new normal, many individuals have found techniques that have assisted them in reducing their anxiety over the pandemic that we are currently living through today.
I'm going to remind my family members to follow the government strict restriction rules in place about the COVID-19, and then also advise them to, as much as possible, limit the places that they're going to visit, as well as also washing their hands upon arrival at home as soon as possible, and then also getting enough sleep and eating healthy food so that their immune system will be boosted.
As the new school year draws near, the excitement is ever strong. Our parents from the community have shared with us their strategies with the back to school transition in this new normal. Stay safe, stay informed, and remember to follow all guidelines set by your local health authorities. Reporting from Sydney, Australia, this is Mark J. Sebastian, Eagle News. We live in interesting times.
Thank you, MJ. We look forward for a fun-filled school year for our students this 2021. Turning now to Papua New Guinea, the 2021 academic year for our Pacific Island neighbors will officially begin on February 1st with this year's theme, Promoting Access to Quality Education and Training for All. Let's hear more on how the students are preparing to go back to school from Eagle News correspondent Echo Hortaleza Quinola. Echo?
A few days from now, traffic will be heavier, malls and stationery shops will be busier, students and parents will be buying school supplies, uniforms, and books. These are the signs that back-to-school season has arrived. Preparing for the commencement of a school year can be a stressful yet exciting time. The Department of Education urges the students to take extra care and observe the mitigation measures of the pandemic. Therefore, in Papua New Guinea, a mix of online and in-person learning will remain.
I enjoy online classes because I learn on my own, and I can express my ideas clearly by virtual recitations and discussions. Online learning also makes my technical skills advanced and wide. Truly, it is nice and awesome.
The students are now anticipating the hours they'll spend completing homework, projects, laboratory experiments, and time in front of their computers.
Students are based in PNG. Students are from different cultural background, different race, different geographical locations. Each and every student different characters and attitude. Understand the student personally. Then after that, we need to inject our information to the students slowly. Then because of the corona impact, so everybody going through online. Because traditional method, we are adapted to traditional methods. And face-to-face training is very important because teachers or trainers can share their experience live. It's going to be an live. So if it is virtual, means still they will be distracted because they are using the devices to access. So automatically it will get distracted. Learning will create impact. So still they are struggling to align. Yeah, so some of the areas you don't have subject matter experts or something, you can get those skills through online, even though face-to-face is still best. When you are going for practical scenarios, face-to-face is the good one. Practical scenarios you can't explain through online. Even though you are explaining, it won't create that much impact. That's a very important thing, right? At the same time, experience is very important, because when you are teaching to students, storytelling is very important. You need to connect with the stories, with whatever you are training. So these things are all missing with the online. Each and every student we know personally, so we can adopt the students, the training delivery, right? But online, you don't know who is going to attend, what is the condition, how he is, we don't know about anything. That's the reason. Still, they are struggling.
Seeing classmates and teachers you haven't seen for a while can make the first day, which will be on February 1, 2021, good preparation for students to adapt to their daily school routines. A famous psychologist, Jacqueline Zeller, once said, "When children have predictable routines, feel cared for, and have a sense of safety, they have a stronger foundation to learn." Be it online or in-person learning, what matters the most is that the students of Papua New Guinea value their education. This grants an opportunity in the future of happiness and stability. Reporting from Port Moresby, Papua New Guinea, Echo Hortaleza Quinola, Eagle News, we live in interesting times.
Thank you, Echo. Best of luck to all students in Papua New Guinea going back to school this year. After the break, we will learn more updates on the Stage 1 construction of Parramatta Light Rail in Sydney, now underway. Plus, let's explore the thriving popular culture of bubble tea and Asian cuisine in the city of Gold Coast. And we will take a peek at Townsville's recent attraction, A Night Under the Sea at Queen's Gardens. All these stories when Eagle News International Australia Oceania returns. Stay with us.
Factual.
We have to defeat the virus everywhere.
Timely information. Balanced, not only in the country, but also abroad.
I'm certain of one thing.
Interviews that people need to know. Watch Aguila Pilipinas, a 1-hour newscast of reports coming from regional hubs in Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao. Know the important updates in Asia in ASEAN in Focus. Track the latest stories in the provinces in Aguila Provincia. Tune into Mata ng Aguila, the evening primetime news program of Net25. Balanced and objective, Mata ng Aguila covers national and international issues, tackles news on business, health, science and technology, entertainment, sports and human interest features, and current events. And Eagle News International delivers the latest global reports, impartial, accessible, and up-to-date. It brings to fore EBC's rich international scope and access to valuable information streams.
Well, thank you to Thanks our help outdoor.
Catch these programs on Net25. You can also watch our news programs through eaglenews.ph and Eagle News Facebook page and YouTube channel.
Namayani ang galing ng second-time qualifiers na sina Willie Cordovales, Mariz Mitra at ang callbacker na si Ken Fraser. Isa sa kanila ang maaaring makatapak ng Luntayo siblings sa semifinals. Kung sino yun, let's find out as we begin the battle for the monthly finals. Ito po ang biggest talent competition on Philippine TV and online. Ito po ang Tagisan ng Galing Part 2 Singing Edition.
Welcome back. You are watching Eagle News International Australia Oceania. Back in Sydney, the city of Parramatta is currently undergoing a major light rail project which will see its central business district connect with the surrounding areas. The first stage of the $2.4 billion project has already begun. Let's get to know the progress from Eagle News correspondent Abigail Karungay. Abigail?
Parramatta is a city located in the Greater Western region of Sydney. The Parramatta Light Rail, connecting its CBD with Westmead, Carlingford and other neighbouring suburbs, is currently in stage 1 of its construction. The light rail replaces the T6 heavy rail line from Carlingford to Clyde and extends it to Parramatta and Westmead. With a $2.4 billion budget, the New South Wales government predicts that it will be open by 2023 and that 28,000 people will use the service daily by 2026. Stage 1 of the project involves 12 kilometres of track from Carlingford through Telapia, Dundas, Rydalmere and Rosehill, all former T6 rail stops, onto Parramatta and Westmead. The first section of track was laid in November 2 months ago and is set to continue throughout 2021. The light rail will run 7 days a week every 7.5 minutes, from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. on weekdays. It will connect major local landmarks such as the Westmead Hospital Precinct, Parramatta CBD, Rosehill Gardens, and 3 Western University campuses. The construction has led to many road closures and frustration for local businesses. Currently, in the CBD, the majority of Church Street and portions of Macquarie Street are closed to vehicular traffic, and in Telapia, the main thoroughfare of Adderton Road is closed in both directions due to work on the rail bridge. Obstruction and noise from construction work has also caused outrage to restaurants, especially due to an environmental plan that will reduce dining spaces and block entrances of establishments. Stage 2 of the light rail, a 9-kilometre route following the Parramatta River to Sydney Olympic Park, has encountered difficulties due to a lack of funding and the need for a new bridge across the river, sparking concerns that riverbound communities such as Melrose Park with recent high-rise residential development will not receive the needed transport infrastructure. Currently, there are 2 proposed routes for Stage 2, utilizing trackless trams that operate directly on the road. Only time will tell if Stage 2 will be successful. Construction of Stage 1 is progressing well and may be open for service in 2023, providing much-needed infrastructure to the densely populated Parramatta City Council area, one of Metro Sydney's biggest hubs. Reporting from Sydney, Australia, this is Abigail Karungay. Eagle News, we live in interesting times.
Thank you, Abigail. We are eager to see the light rail project on its final completion. Moving now to Queensland. Bubble tea is one of the most popular drinks in Asia. The beverage, which comes in many flavors and also known as boba or milk tea, is well loved in the city of Gold Coast, along with the exquisite Asian cuisine. Eagle News correspondent Diego Madronio will share why they're both sought after in the city. Diego?
Gold Coast, being the popular tourist destination that it is well equipped with restaurants and food places depicting not only the love that citizens have for a good meal, but also the diversity of the city, as many different culinary cultures are exhibited and represented. However, one culture that seems to be the most prevalent in the Gold Coast is that of Asian cuisine, and one culinary aspect that has been so ubiquitous throughout the city is that of bubble tea.
Bubble tea is a traditional cold drink originating from Taichung, Taiwan in the early 1980s. It is made with tea, sweetened milk, and other flavoring, including chewy tapioca balls and other toppings to give the drink texture. They're popular for their unique taste, in which the sweet tea flavors and toppings provide a near endless amount of flavor combinations, as well as their variety and their aesthetic. Bubble tea has become so popular around the world, in fact, that some boba stores have been dubbed as the Asian Starbucks. An area of the Gold Coast in which you can find the most bubble tea stores within a short walk from each other is undoubtedly the unofficial Chinatown, which can be found in Southport. It is a wide street lane focused on Davenport and Young Streets near Australia Fair. However, it extends to connecting laneways of Nerang and Scarborough Streets. Along this one street and the connecting alleyways attached to the main street are an abundance of Asian restaurants, each offering different, extraordinary food from the many cultures of Asia. This includes Punjabi Indian, Japanese, Chinese, Thai, and Filipino foods, offering a great selection to those visiting the area looking for a bite to eat. Within the Southport area alone, there can be found 13 restaurants that serve bubble tea and even more individual tea shops established purely to serve freshly made boba. The most well-known include Mandy's Bubble Tea and U&M along the Chinatown street. However, some other tea shops that garner hundreds of customers every day include Gongcha, Cocoa Fresh Tea, Flavor Asia, 7 Tea 2, and Kuan Yin Tea House. One would think that being in such close proximity to each other breeds competition for exposure. However, because of the abundance of flavors that each store presents and the personal preferences of customers, each store has flourished in their own way.
The bubble tea culture is well and truly alive here in the Gold Coast. Bubble tea can not only be found in Southport, but in other areas of the city as well, such as Addict Tea in Big Girl Waters Harbour Town, Daily Tea Bar in Varsity Lakes, the Tea Center in Rabina, and Little Sweet Cafe in Surfer's Paradise. With such an extensive collection of bubble tea stores, it has never been easier to go out and try one yourself. Reporting from Gold Coast, Australia, this is Diego Madronio, Eagle News. We live in interesting times.
Thank you very much, Diego, for that really appetizing story. Still in Queensland, Queen's Gardens, located in Townsville, is a heritage-listed botanic garden that locals and tourists like to visit. In an effort to encourage more visitors, it's currently hosting a sound and light art installation showcased throughout the gardens. Let's hear more about this community event from Eagle News correspondent Morgan Goodfellow. Morgan?
Many people enjoy the outdoors at night to watch the stars spread across the dim blue sky. But what if I told you we are all outdoors to watch aquatic and marine animals come to life here in this very park? So here I am, inviting you on a nice little trip around Queen's Gardens as Townsville's Halo Spectacular enchants the evening. Come, join me as we dive deep into the fathoms below. Halo is a light and sound show that is held at Queen's Gardens, a park located at the grounds of Castle Hill. This spectacular event not only features the famous landmark of Castle Hill, but elevates its beauty by transforming the rocky facade into an extravagant and unique form of art. Halo was introduced to the city in 2019 as an exhibition for the North Australian Festival of Arts. This year, Halo returns as part of the Northern Stories, a program set by the Townsville City Council and the National Australia Day Council. Stories from beyond the waves and down the deep blue sea, the life below water. This interactive display is an immersive experience that aims to educate and entertain the audience. This one-of-a-kind theme and design presents an opportunity to inspire the conservation of our oceans. Despite postpones in the event due to the winds brought by ex-cyclone Kimmy, the event has begun and has brought the crowd alive. Halo, Life Below Water, will continue to have daily shows every 6 p.m. up until January 26th. This event is admission-free and welcomes all ages. Thank you for joining me on this wonderful journey. Reporting from Townsville, Australia, this is Morgan Goodfellow, Eagle News. We live in interesting times.
Many thanks for that, Morgan. What a wonderful community event indeed. And that ends today's program. Thank you for watching Eagle News International Australia Oceania. Join us again next week as we share more stories from our bureaus across Australia, New Zealand, and Papua New Guinea. Visit our websites on eaglenews.net and eaglenewslive.com. Follow us on twitter.com/eaglenews and on facebook.com/eaglenews. Stay safe, stay strong, and take care, everyone. From Gold Coast, Australia, I am Patricia Madronio, Eagle News. We live in interesting times.